So this season Sandro Bazadze has gone through a bit of a dry spell really, 2 whole World Cups without medaling, which is a bit disappointing. But he's managed to turn it around last week by winning a bronze medal at the Tunis Grand Prix. We're going to be taking a look at his last 32 match against Liang of China, which was a very clinical performance by the Georgian, especially when it comes to attacking. I think he managed to successfully finish pretty much 100% of his attack in this match, which is pretty good. So, first we're going to highlight this touch where Liang rushes in, then stops. Maybe he was planning on making some kind of defensive action like a parry or a pull or some kind of trap, but Sandro doesn't bite. His preparation is controlled, unlike Liang who rushed a bit. So yeah, Bazadze just finishes with a simple attack. And the key thing to note here is how Bazadze finishes early. He doesn't try to develop a long attack or to try and push Liang down the end of a piece. No, he just gets in distance and hits. And the next touch is pretty similar. The key thing here is that Bazadze is really punishing the near targets. If Liang leaves his hand or arm out, Sandro is taking it. Sandro actually finishes a lot of his attacks like this to the arm or the wrist, and I think it plays a big role in his style, which we will see in a bit here. And especially here. Bazadze uses a lot of momentum on his attacks. Look how he almost gallops forwards without really making any checks or hesitations or pauses. He just kind of barrels forwards relentlessly. And typically against this kind of attack, you're going to want to look to try and counterattack them just as they start to accelerate. Maybe somewhere around here. But against Bazadze, it's really tricky to do this because you don't want to leave your hand out where he can hit it. And this makes it really hard to threaten the counterattack, to threaten his target, because you can't leave your hand in the way. This means the only option you have is to kind of just retreat, which only gives him more room to accelerate into and build even more momentum. Another big advantage of attacking the near targets is, yeah, maybe it's a bit of a risk because it's easy to miss, but if you do miss, it means you'll miss from far away, which means that the opponent is often going to miss too if they try to riposte immediately. The interesting thing about Bazadze is that he doesn't seem to care too much about looking pretty and balanced, so long as he can keep the opponent more off balance than he is. I think sometimes fencers get stuck trying to finish their attacks in a particular way from a particular distance, maybe in a way that they have practiced quite rigidly with a coach. And I'm sure I'm not the only person to have been counterattacked because I'm trying to force a big lunge with a late finish when you're just too close to do so. It's really important in Sabre to convert as many of your attacks as possible. If your opponent doesn't have any belief in their defense, then the pressure for them to win in the middle of a piece is even greater, and this can often lead to them making more mistakes. So even if attacks are meant to be easy in Sabre, don't take it for granted. You still have to put them away, you still have to work on them. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, please consider joining the Patreon. It's only $3 a month. I've been slowly building up a bit of a catalogue of exclusive content, and you'll get early access to some videos if you join.